Well, it's not unusual for proud parents to celebrate their college graduates this time of year. But when one of the graduates is 15 and the other is 13, well, that is unusual and worthy of celebration and recognition. Education reporter Taylor Jackson joins us now with more on this remarkable family. Taylor.
Rich, the Muhammad family had a lot to celebrate this month. 4 siblings and their mother graduating college together, all of them debt-free.
Elijah Muhammad.
13-year-old Elijah Muhammad recently graduated from Oklahoma City Community College with an associate degree in cybersecurity.
Well, everything that we really use is kind of tech. I really want to learn how it works so I can eventually own my own business or probably invent a new tech.
His young age came as a surprise to his classmates. The enrollment rate for students under 15 is less than 1%.
They thought I was just like playing around. So when I went in there, now I was actually like speaking inside, because most people while in class, they don't say nothing, they just sit in the back. I was actually in the front of the class asking questions, and then they was really surprised. They was like, no, he's really in this class. He's just really young. So
Muhammad's father, Elijah Muhammad Sr., says he wanted his 3 sons to be more than just another statistic. So giving them access to a well-rounded education was important.
Just to know that we are breaking generational curses and changing the narrative, and that's what we're out to do.
Black men have one of the lowest college graduation rates at 40%.
It's in the black community, as far as I know. We highlight high school graduations, and because not many graduate from college, so to be one of the few that actually did cross the college stage, it's an honor. You know, it feels amazing, especially to do it with my younger brother.
The youngest Muhammad is following in the footsteps of his older sister, Shania Muhammad, who obtained her first 2 degrees last year at the age of 14.
Well, she was the first person that I know who went to college so early. And once she was in college, she would always like talk to me about it. It was like, I know you're smart, so you can do it as well. She was like, you just got to find something that you're interested in.
Shania was a dual enrollment student at Oklahoma City Community College and Langston University. She received an associate's in diversified studies at OCCC and an associate's degree in general studies from Langston University.
All my stuff was online due to COVID, so that's when COVID was really, really big. But I really did have, a great experience at OCCC, especially with the professors I met and the connections I got to have, even with classmates, even though we really didn't get to meet each other.
This year, Shania made headlines once again by becoming the youngest graduate of Langston University. She graduated summa cum laude with a bachelor's in family consumer science.
So 2021, I was actually on campus whenever I was going to Langston, so all my classes was in person, and it was a shocker for me, because at the time, although I knew I was 14, everyone else didn't, and that was nothing I was pushing. So they were like, don't just go out there and say you're 14 just yet, because we want to make sure that you're not being treated biased.
Elijah Muhammad Sr. says academics has always been a #1 priority for the family.
Even though they attended public schools, we were still doing our hybrid program on the weekends, after school, during the summer, because I wanted them to maintain, that edge. And just like sports, so if you check out the top athletes, they do personal training. They're in the gym a little bit more. It's the same concept, and that's what I applied.
I went to public school from, like pre-K to 7th grade, so I was, doing traditional schooling, and I knew I was smart. I was always top of my class. I passed all the tests with ease and stuff. It's just, I never really tapped into it.
That was until Shania began homeschooling under her father's program, One Collegiate Prep Academy, during the COVID-19 pandemic.
So my dad has his own program where it accelerates you through basically your test score. And it focuses on the ACT. So when I was 12 years old, I took the ACT and I did really well on it. And my dad was like, well, I know he's going to be prepared for college soon.
My dad really started seeing more of my abilities and capabilities. It's like, oh no, you're ready for more. You just, you haven't been in a space to where you were able to do more.
Shania proudly walked across the stage with her mother and 2 older siblings, Rashay and Elijah Muhammad, at Langston's commencement ceremony.
Shania Muhammad, Family and Consumer Sciences. It's just an exciting moment, a monumental moment to graduate with my sister and my brother, and for my mom to work at the university and be a doctor. Like, it was just phenomenal.
So when you think about the history of Langston, and all that rich history that our university had, you know, not that long ago, African Americans weren't even allowed to get a degree.
Right.
And you did it at such a young age. How does that make you feel?
It really made me feel amazing because I didn't know, like, how we're still new to being able to have our own schools and get our education on our own. I didn't know. I'm thinking, okay, that's in the, you know, the 1800s, the 90s, so, you know, early 19. It's like, nah, only about 50, 60 years ago.
Oh my God, you just got cooked.
Having made history of their own, Shania and Elijah hope to inspire other young students.
Anything you set your mind to, you can do it as long as you put in the work that it needs to be completed.
But being able to show others that you could do anything you set your mind to, and success has no age limit was pretty dope.
So what lies ahead for these two scholars? Elijah is enrolled at Oklahoma State University and is pursuing a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity and forensic. And Shania is already enrolled in a master's program at Southeastern Oklahoma State University.
I will be publishing my book, Rewrite Listen, 13 in College, How I Did It, on my Sweet 16th, which is July 23rd, 2023. And that's when I am the CEO of Smart Girl Clothing, so I will also be pushing my clothing line.
Even though Shania and Elijah are focused on academic success, they're like every other teenager. The Muhammads say they enjoy free time by playing video games, sports, and skating.